This damn weather, somebody fix this.
We are on a blank emulator pause screen. Good evening, everyone. This is, well, an emulator screen because, frankly, it's gonna give me the best chance of playing the game well. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good day so far. This is Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. So, this is a relatively infamous Sonic game, in a way, I guess. Hopefully the audio is okay. Do let me know if it needs to be turned up. So yeah, this actually came out before the Mega Drive game, at least on the Master System in Europe and UK. This is the Game Gear version though. This is the version that America and Japan got. We got it as well, obviously, but this is the only version that America and Japan got, and it's the version that keeps getting re-released. So there's a couple of things that make this game hard. We'll get into that, but yeah, we'll say one little minor thing. If you hear my controller while playing, sorry, because it is a bit of a noisy controller, and it's nearish my microphone, so... Interesting that that's the demo stage, but we don't need to see the demo. It is interesting that they managed to put that Sega chant as a sampled sound. But yeah, I do have official versions of this, I hope, on Sonic Origins Plus, Sonic Adventure DX, and Sonic Gems Collection, but playing in an unofficial emulator is going to give me the best experience. So the story of Sonic 2, in case you couldn't get it by that wonderful cutscene, is Tails has been kidnapped and Eggman's basically holding him ransom. He's basically said to Sonic, well, if you want to see your friend again, bring the Chaos Emeralds to me. So, yeah. So one thing you might immediately notice. Look how big Sonic's sprite is on the screen. The game gets quite low resolution, similar to the Game Boy's resolution. Notice how the camera moves as soon as I turn left or right. Notice how the camera has to move with me when I jump. Less noticeable when I'm high up near the top of the screen. Screen crunch is the operative noun, I guess. No, nouns aren't the operative, but you know what I mean. Screen crunch is the most apt description for this game. You might remember the 8-bit version of Sonic 1 that I streamed yonks ago. I streamed the Master System version of that, and even then, Sonic 1 is a much more simple game with simpler level design. Sonic 2 goes for more speed in its level design, which is pretty cool that it manages to do that on an 8-bit system, but on the other hand, it leads to running into stuff a lot. So win or lose, we're playing this game, like whether I game over or whether I beat the game, we shall see. I'm going to try and get as many rings as I can. Give myself a chance, give myself a good chance to get as many lives as I can. Oh, I should have tried to leave myself on 77 rings for the bonus at the goalpost. Right, see if I can get up to 100 rings for another one-up. Obviously, Underground Zone is not... The actual level's not too bad. The levels themselves don't start off too awfully difficult. But yeah, so I've already mentioned the screen crunch. That's one of the things that makes the game a bit hard. Another thing is, to get the true ending, you have to get all the Chaos Emeralds, which is obviously not too different from most of the Sonic games, but this is the first one that ever locked any levels or bosses behind getting all the Emeralds. But this is the first one to do it. Now, to get the Emeralds in this game, you don't go into a special stage like on Mega Drive games or Sonic Advance or Sonic Rush. You find the Chaos Emeralds in the levels, like in Sonic 1 on the 8-bit systems. But Sonic 2, they saw fit to hide them in more devious spaces that require more precision platforming or more, they're harder to get to, is what I'm trying to say. So to get the Chaos Emerald in this level, because they're all in the Act 2s, you have to stay on this top path here, which involves making these jumps, riding these minecarts. You need to know when to jump off the minecart to stay on the top road. If you fall down at all, it's very difficult to get back up and get the emerald. Right. Experience has taught me to hug the wall there, otherwise you fall into the not lava, spikes. Now, I might make some of this game not look as hard as it might be on a first-time player, because another thing that makes this game hard is there's a lot of trial and error. We're not going to see it just yet, but further on in the game, it's a lot of trial and error. Oop. Right, so much like the 8-bit Sonic 1, again, if you remember, it's been a while, Act 3 of each level is just a very short level leading to a boss, and you get no rings, so you get no leeway with these bosses. Here you go. Yeah, no leeway with these bosses. One hit and you're dead. So Eggman saved us from certain death, only to put him in front of a robot. Note how little space we have to move here. Note the steepness of this slope. Note the bouncing balls that that can move pretty fast if they want to. They're moving pretty consistently this time. So these balls, their speed is very randomized in the Game Gear version. It's given me a pretty easy pattern this time. I find jumping to the right and then doubling back is the easiest method. Now I made that look quite easy. That's because I practiced this. This is the infamous boss. Unless you know what to do, it's quite hard to dodge. It's quite hard to dodge those falling, those bouncing balls. And so I find jumping towards the robot and then around is the best way. But it's very easy to slip and fall into the robot or to just hit the balls as they bounce. So up next is Sky High Zone. Kind of looking a bit like Hilltop from the Mega Drive game. Did you notice how you can't see those spikes there unless you stop and look down? I fall into that pit almost every time. At least you can pick up your dropped rings on like 8-bit Sonic 1. Right. If I... go all the way to the left. It should be... Nope. Need to go a bit higher up. Right, jump. Jump. Because there's a bit of spike pits. And of course, if you go this way, spike pit. To be fair, I am taking this slower than perhaps is necessary. That's because I'm trying to get enough rings to get 1-ups and stuff. Go all the way over here. There's a bit of a weird Easter egg. I think it's... Yeah. Go to the left of that box and walk to the right on it. Birds come out of the tree. Don't know why. Just a random Easter egg they put in. Never explained. So, other than bouncing on springs and clouds, the other main gimmick for this level is the hang glider, which we will encounter in just a moment. Let me just get some speed going into it. The key to this is tapping left. Every like half second or so. You'll maintain your altitude pretty much, and not lose your speed either. I don't know if the manual tells you how to control it. Obviously, being an 8-bit game, nothing in the game tells you how to control it. They are quite awkward. The cape from Mario World, this ain't. These hang gliders are actually referenced in Sonic Mania, when you go from Flying Battery to Press Garden. Ow! It's not where I wanted to go. Can I get back up to the top route? So the Chaos Emerald here is on the top route, which I fell off of. Can I get back? Right, okay. Back. Right, okay. So, to get the Chaos Emerald, you gotta know to bounce there, and then you gotta remember where that cloud is there. Try not to fall into this pit of spikes while you're doing it. Well, remember where the bouncy things are. Funnily enough, this game is not considered, you know, pinnacle of Sonic gameplay. Right. We're back up here. Okay, so I think... didn't go far enough again. Right. So it's pretty much like a screen and a bit away. Right. So I need to get a bit of a run-up, but not too much of a run-up, otherwise I'll go past the Emerald. The Chaos Emerald is there. It's a very precise bounce you gotta do. Don't get enough speed, and you don't get high, and you don't get forward enough to get it. You don't reach it. Too much speed and you fly over it. Don't ask me how I know that. Can you see why there are problems with this game? Had to take a video of Santa killing her new toy mouse. I mean, that's important. You can't not do that. That is very important. So, alright, boss time. This is actually usually where my attempts, like if I'm playing just like randomly when I got some spare time, this is normally where my attempts peter out because I die at this boss and get frustrated. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's not even the hard. That's not meant to be the hard bit of the boss. So you gotta kill these little birds first. You gotta kill those birds first. Oh dear. Luckily, when you get a Chaos Emerald, you also get to continue. You never get frustrated at a game. Uh-huh. Right, take out the left spawners first. Makes it less frustrating once the boss arrives, because the boss arrives when you defeat all the spawners. I swear that thing is a massive hitbox. The projectile that boss spawns. I swear, hitbox is massive. Better 8-bit Sonic V2 music, but at what cost? Indeed, indeed. Welcome to the stream. Ah! I find this harder than the stupid ant line in Underground Zone. Mostly because I'm terrible at dodging. So I did a practice run yesterday evening, and I managed to get this boss down, but evidently that muscle memory is immediately gone one day after. Alright. Didn't destroy them quickly enough. That was a risky move. Oh, come on. I would like. Oh. Someone needs to do like a collision overlay for this game. I want to see how big the hitbox of those projectiles are. Am I going to reinstall all my Sonic games on Switch too? What kind of question is that? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? So this boss is dangerous because not only are the projectile annoying to... So I don't own Forces on Switch. I only own it on PC. There we go. So yeah, that boss is dangerous because as well as the projectiles just being big, having a big hitbox, when you bounce off it, it will very often bounce you back into its projectile, which is oh so frustrating when it happens. What? Oh, it's Aqua Lake, isn't it? Yeah. Right, Aqua Lake for the water level, where you can ignore the water for the most part in Act 1. But they do introduce a fun mechanic with the water here. Roll onto the water and you can skip along the surface. Which is pretty fun. Can I get it all up? I think I probably will be able to. Nice, get the one there, and the one from that. Oh no! It's fine, I've got that one. Ow! Ow! No! I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Oh dear. Right, the exit to the level is under here. Oh, nice. Water skimming hedgehog physics. I mean, you get water skimming here, but then you get to run on water in Sonic 3, so I'd say it's about even. But you can't escape the water for long, because Act 2 is entirely underwater. At least this one has an easy emerald. Oh, I think that was a 1-up. Nice. Ah! You know what? Ah, invincibility. Nice. Spore only told us 30 minutes ago, it's already missing an eye. Alright, So those of you who've played Sonic Mania might recognise the bubble I was just in. Let me just get a normal bubble first. Everyone wants to spawn. So if you played Sonic Mania, you recognise this mechanic from Hydra City in that level. It originated here. Hold up to rise faster, hold down to rise slower. And it'll pop as soon as you hit a surface. I believe Triple Trouble had it as well, but I've not played all the way through Triple Trouble on the Game Gear. Yeah, the speed up and slow down functions become very relevant later on in the level. Oh, come on, I pressed jump. Can I get the ring? Yes. Get in the bubble. Thankfully, it gives you air. Right, I think this is where you get the next emerald. This one's very easy though, just go in the tube and hold left. Just hold left. For Nintendo gamers, these work a bit like the clear pipes in Super Mario 3D World. Hold a direction, and if you come to an intersection, you'll go in that direction that you held. But yeah, that's probably one of the easiest Chaos Emeralds to get in the game. So you pretty much come across that path on your normal path through the level, and you just have to hold left. It's trial and error because you need to know to hold left, but... those spears you can either avoid by holding down near them to slow down, or by speeding up. Well, by speeding up when you're away from them. Or you can get caught between that and a scorpion. Scorpion? Lobster, even. You can get caught between the arrow and a lobster. Okay, I'm trying to speed past this. Thought I was about to get Sonic Wand there. Right. I mean, yeah, holding down be the best way to do that one. I find those lobsters are easier to avoid just by holding up to speed up. Oh, I always do that. Luckily, you can jump up these. If they were too high to jump up and you had to go back down for a bubble, that would be very annoying. No, Joe. No one's got to go. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to dignify that by reading it out loud. And thankfully, oh, Banjo, Banjo. Let's skip across the water here. Makes that bit much easier. Thankfully, Aqualyx boss is one of the easier ones.
Boom!
As long as you bounce on him like that, he pretty much bounces you harmlessly. So as long as you stay in this pattern, this boss is pretty easy. Ah! I don't know why I thought that was the last hit. It's not over till it explodes fully. No, don't go down this way. Up there is safer. No, I don't want to go this way. Up is safer. Alright, let's try and do this properly. Because I think if you like jump as it exits its invincibility, it just automatically does this. So, pattern manipulation for the win. There we go. Oh, I see the best Banjo-Kazooie game is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing with Banjo-Kazooie. I say having never played the Xbox version of that game because I don't have an Xbox. Right, here we go, Green Hills Zone. Not Green Hill Zone, Green Hills. And if you're familiar with Sonic CD's soundtrack, you might recognise this tune. Right, I'm going to take it a bit slow in this level so I can just pick up enough rings to get plenty, to get 1-ups and stuff. Because this level, Act 1 at least, certainly, is pretty simple. You almost wonder if this should have been level 1 instead of Underground Zone. We'll get into probably why it wasn't level 1 later. There are lots of rings in this level, so take advantage of that to restock your lives after some harrowing boss fights. Roll down here, jump up here for a 1-up, hit that for another 1-up. Don't know if there's enough rings left in the level for me to get another 1-up. Oh yeah, this game does have loops, though they're one way. If you approach from the right, they're solid walls. Also, it is worth getting lives past 9 because it does keep count of them, even though the HUD only shows 9 lives. I'm pretty sure it counts them. When Sonic 1 counted them past 9 on the Game Gear and Master System, so why Sonic 2 wouldn't, I don't know. Again, note the spike pit that you can't see unless you stop and look down. That's just the kind of thing this game does. Nine lives, he's a cat. No, cats don't come into the Sonic series until Sonic Adventure. Alright, Act 2 is mostly more of the same. Of course, we've got to get a Chaos Emerald. So we again got to do a slightly precise jumps off springs. Ooh, give this one. Ah. Again, the spike pit you can't see. Ouch. Sonic Lore fans don't want to accept Blaze isn't the Sonic Rush Dimension alternative to Sonic, she's their version of Big. I mean, she is a purple cat. Oh, okay. I think this is... Is this where I need to... Yes. Right. So, Chaos Emerald. You need to get enough momentum on these springs to hit these springs to get you up here. Oh, add time. I'm actually going to take a little... I'm going to take a little breather while the ad runs, because I need to rant about this level. It's great I'm being personally attacked. I know you can't hear this, Joe, but again, there are ways around ads. You could use an ad blocker, or you could use Twitch Turbo, or you could use Twitch Prime, or you could subscribe. He thinks as good as it looks, I think already. Hey, at least the ads are targeting him, I suppose. Luckily, the time limit is not exactly going to be a thing of a... Not exactly going to be a problem. Especially if I die. Right, I think the ads should be done. So, Green Hills Act 3. This is probably why they moved it later into the game. So, I've mentioned Trial and Error. You have no rings in Act 3. Spike Pit, Spring. You gotta know where to land. I tend to find that just kind of going for it yields me the best results. This is through Trial and Error. Trial and Error also taught me that to go back that much to get up to there. And Trial and Error has taught me that, again, just kind of going for it is the best way to do that. Oh, I never actually got a hit in then. So this boss is a sumo pig. You can only hit it when it's not in a ball. And sometimes it'll fake you out by doing 2 moves. You gotta react to how it moves, you'll either go straight across, follow the curve, or jump across. And you don't get a very long window to attack it once it opens up. So you pretty much got to jump across straight away. The hardest part of that is just like the fake out, like when it jumps over instead of going across. The amount of times I've jumped into it when it's done the jump, because I thought it was just going to slide across. Yeah, these floating capsules are weird. Never really do anything like that in the rest of the end capsules normally. So this is Gimmick Mountain Zone. It's not really mountain themed other than a kind of rocky background. It's all metallic really. Hold right on these to speed up and then you can fly up. They're a bit like the wheels in Scrap Brain Zone. Hopefully I can just fling myself over that spike pit. Yep. Oh. Conveyor belts. Note how when you jump on these conveyor belts you can't see them. You can't see where to land. That will become annoying later on. So Gimmick Mountain's a bit of a weird level. Act 1 at least. You have to... Like, your goal is on the left, not on the right like normal for Sonic. You can jump through these, it's not immediately obvious, but you can jump through those. And they are conveyor belts. So I think I'll jump off this one. Maybe not, maybe I didn't have to jump off it. But I did anyway. Alright. Gonna jump up here quickly. Oh! So you can make it, because if you stay standing on that, it'll just bring you to spikes, so... Great. Once you're up here, then you're pretty much home free. Grab the invincibility, because why not? Jump in the minecart. And it'll take you to the end. And I'll smash through these spikes to get to the end of the level. Oh, keep hitting the button to pause the emulator. It's because it's mapped to the L button on my Saturn controller here. It's very easy to press. Right, Gimmick Mountain Zone Act 2. Emerald is not too like, the platforming is not particularly hard, but it's hidden. So, no points for guessing that there's spikes down there. Notice how I couldn't see where that is as soon as I jump for it. Oh, you know what? Just take the invincibility and run. Yeah, those are hard to jump on. So, Chaos Emerald. You see this completely normal looking wall? Yeah. Actually, hold on. Pretty sure, yes. Hidden one up in here. And another hidden one up in here. So yeah, not tricky in terms of platforming, but it's hidden. Like, you need to know, you just need to know to do that. It's one of those ones in an old game, it's just like, you just have to know to do it. Alright, the rest of the level isn't all too bad, I don't think. It's pretty normal for the most part. Apart from these bombs, which are very annoying. Oh, whoops. Ah. I love how it's hidden behind the foreground. I know, it's great. It's great. But these ball hogs, they're kind of like, thinking about it now, I wonder if they're based off the prototype version from Sonic 1's prototype, given that they face forwards. Come on. Punish me for rolling down a slope. Also, in case you couldn't guess, yeah, there's spikes down there. It feels like the levels were designed around the Master System resolution, and then they just sort of didn't really take into account the Game Gear at all. Alright, Gimmick Mountain, Zone Act 3. There is another instance of trial and error here. Well, this bit's fine. Rest off platforming, where you can't see your landing point. So, trial and error has taught me, well, that one's fine. Get off that one like that. Now, you don't have to worry about the spikes here, as long as you don't jump. Trial and error has taught me to walk off there, because you get led into spikes and die if you stay on the platform. You wonder if Sega was a Super Mario kind of Sonic game. Well, back years ago, online, they did have a Sonic level creator. It was very basic. There was only one level theme, and it was online only. And you had to have an account with on Play Sega. So I never got to make any levels, but I did. You were allowed to play other people's levels if you didn't have an account. So I did play that a bit. It's been years though. I don't remember how it controlled, or I don't know how the level design and stuff is. But there is, in development, slowly, but in development, there is a fan game called Sonic Studio, which is basically Mario Maker for Sonic, and it looks excellent. I do look forward to whenever that manages to release. Anyways, the boss fight is here. So, this thing, you can't jump on it when its spikes are out. So, wait for it to hit the edge of the screen. Usually, if you do the sort of bounces I'm doing, you'll just about go under the rocks that fall from the top of the screen. It can look a bit scary, but you're usually fine. As long as you sort of bounce off and hold left. Or hold left or right, depending on which way you're going. Should specify. You get some close calls, but it does seem to work 100% of the time when I've done it. That's Gimmick Mountain. I think the next level is... I think there's only not many levels left. Scrambled Egg Zone. So, Scrambled Egg Zone is where all of the trial and error comes to the forefront. If we go up here, it's a mostly pointless diversion, but there's a lot of rings here, so... Again, I want to make sure my stock of lives is good. Just in case for later on. Oh. Because there should be enough here to get one up. You prefer your eggs fried? I mean, them's just easy, for a meal, generally. I do like scrambled eggs, as a breakfast, though. Or for lunch, actually. I would quite happily have scrambled eggs for lunch as well. I also find scrambled eggs a bit easier to cook. Oh, I didn't need to go up this time. Just wait for that to happen. Right, I'm gonna go up this time, though. So yeah, the tubes that have been popping up throughout the game are pretty much the main gimmick of Scrambled Egg Zone. also just moments of how was I supposed to react to that. Right, trying to remember. I think it's left. No. Nope, it's not down, it's not down, it's not down. Down is not the direction. Left and then down, right. Oh. Wait, where am I going? Think. Oh yeah, jump off to the left here, right. Yeah, the platform that you can't see very well. You know. I think this just gets me a 1-up as well, yep. Right, you want to go in this pipe, I think. Cool. Now it's just trial and error. Thankfully the trial and error, I think, here just leads you back here. I don't think any of the trial and error here leads to death. Nope. Well, I'm not doing anything, just spits you back out. I think it's down. Then I think it's right. Yep. Here does give you a bit of a buffer zone. So. So, I want to go down, and then very quickly left. Down, oh, down, left. And that's just Act 1. Also, bear in mind, I'm playing this on an emulator with perfectly clear visuals. If you're playing this on a Game Gear, you got a very blurry screen. Right, Scramble Egg Act 2. Now you can either wait these out slowly or try and bait them to explode. Of course, if you do that, they'll respawn sometimes. Ouch. The slow but safe method is to... no, not do that. The slow but safe method is to wait on the edge of the platform. It's about the right spot to do it. They'll explode and you won't get hit. But doing that takes a while, so where possible I do like to try and skip it. Right, roll down this slope. So you jump over the section you just did. And get ready for more trial and error pipes. I think it's... nope, right, then left. Don't hit left again. Get a brief moment to correct yourself if you fall in there. With that platform. Hold on. Don't want that in case that doesn't count as fast enough to make this jump. There you get a Mercy 1-up and you get lots of rings here. So, recommended to stay here till you get a 1-up. Ouch. Let's get some more rings. Right. Again, trial and error has taught me to just fall down here, otherwise you fall into spikes. And here we get probably the hardest trial and error bit of the level. So, step on this platform to begin. You're going to be riding this platform. Go in this pipe. Come out here. Don't jump for those rings. Jump into here. Down there. And then you're meant to hit left. If you fail this trial and error bit, you die. There's no way out from that spike pit. And levels in this game don't have checkpoints. That's another factor in this game's difficulty. No checkpoints whatsoever. Whoops. So if you die on a particularly tough level, tough. You're going back to the start, whether you like it or not. Perfect time to sip a drink. While you're waiting for that to explode. This last one can be bypassed pretty easily because you can just go for it and head for the platform where the pipe is. Right. Right, left, let go. I always forget to hold up, but thankfully that platform is there to save you. Thankfully, if you do die to that other section I did, you should be fine in terms of lives, because you roll into that one, and then you get the one up from the rings, from getting enough rings as well. So, jump in this pipe, land back on the platform. Don't fall for that trap with those rings. Jump in here, go around here the long way. You hold down when you're meant to hold down, and then you die because you did it wrong, and restart the whole level. At least this part is easy once you've done the trial and error. Like this part here. Keep forgetting to hold up there. And then you get your free one up. And then you get your second free one up. There's so many rings here. You're pretty much guaranteed to get a one up. Even if you get hit before this section. Right. Pipe. Back on the platform. This pipe. Hold down here. Back up. Hold right. Land back on the platform. And then we're good. We're golden. Not a very long section that, but you gotta do the trial and error, go exactly correct, or else you fall in the pit and die. Now, had I not known how to do that, I could have been there a while. But, again, trial and error has taught me how to do it. Thankfully, this next boss here, after this level, is not too difficult. Right. Again, trial and error has taught me there are spikes down there, I think. Once we're here though, we're pretty safe from any hazards. So, boss time. So, since the Master System version of this game was released before the Mega Drive Sonic 2, normally this boss is easy. But this is the very first instance of a mechanical Sonic of some kind. And this one, I'd say overall, is easier than the fight in the Mega Drive Sonic 2. I backed myself into a corner, so that's my fault. So yeah, but because the Master System version released before the Mega Drive version, this is the first instance of a mechanical Sonic. I believe the Japanese manual just calls it Mecha Sonic, same with the one in the Mega Drive game and the one in Sonic 3. Some sources call this Silver Sonic, but yeah, it doesn't really matter what it's called. And once again, if you played Sonic Mania, you'll recognise this design. So the main reason with this fight is, as long as you're in a ball, you mostly can't get hurt, because you bounce off each other if you're both in the ball, unlike Sonic 2 16-bit Mega Sonic. And the bounciness is referenced in Mania as well. So, if you don't have all the Chaos Emeralds, the game ends here. But because you get all the if you have all the Chaos Emeralds though, Mecha slash Silver slash Robo slash whatever you want to call it Sonic. The mechanical Sonic duplicate who looks like Sonic, but it isn't Metal Sonic. Yeah, you get the final Chaos Emerald from it, and you get to go to Crystal Egg Zone, which is the true last level of the game, and honestly, it's a bit weird. Like, the aesthetic is like, for a final level, is a bit weird. Like, there's weird mechanical cactus, like cacti, and you got, like, fish in the sky. Not really sure what the design ethos for this level was. Oh, fell down. Great. But yeah, once this level is not too hard overall, I'd say. So, it's pretty much a victory lap. After the trial and error tubes of Scrambled Egg Zone. It's practically really easy, yeah. As easy as Queen Hill itself. Maybe not quite, but it's still pretty simple. And yes, we do get to say Tails, because yeah. Then at the Emeralds, the game ends at the end of Scrambled Egg Zone, and you don't get to rescue Tails. So, by getting the Emeralds, we get to go and rescue Tails. I'm gonna die now that I've got no rings, aren't I? Never mind. Here we go, beaking up saying, oh, this level's not too hard. Get another one up, because why not? These again, they're more disorienting because they move while you're on them. At least there's no chance of falling off them once you're on them. Till you hit jump, obviously. Ah. Also, we might get the that item box. Later in the level. Ah. Right, break up through here. Ah. Always happens. Anyone who's streaming or recording and says like, oh, something's not too difficult, that's when they die. Always happens. Well, at least we essentially won't have lost a life, because I've got at least 2 1-ups in this level already. We're using the Dr. Mario skin in Odyssey. I'm very boring, I kind of just use the normal Mario skin for the most part. Until I got like the Mario 64 one. I mean, he was in Mario Kart. Was he in Mario Kart Tour? I don't know, maybe he was. But, it would be an obvious skin to do. Right, rings. I never played much Tour, so... Oh, come on. My invincibility. Let's do this. So, I think... Yes. Oh, I didn't get to show it, but there is a box there, a unique item box there that I believe gives you a continue. The only instance of one in the game, and you can't even see it properly because it's hidden. Right. So, before we do this, I'm going to pin a message in chat, because this boss fight, this final boss, has some fairly intense flashing lights, so... epilepsy, is that how you spell epilepsy? So yeah, if you're watching this full screen and you are prone to sort of eye pain and whatnot, when... Did I spell it right? Yeah. Epilepsy warning. Can't stay but dropping to say hi, no worries. You caught me at a point where I'm typing a message to Pen in chat. And watch in full screen if I'll leave it till it's till I manually unpin it. Just this boss fight, the flashing is a bit intense. Do you want to wait for the ad to happen though? Just to just to show it off to people who won't be who are going to be seeing the ads. So we'll just jump around here for a moment. But yeah, once again, as with every boss though, there are no rings, so there is a relatively safe method to it. This boss can be very difficult to dodge attacks if it weren't for one major mechanic of the boss. So it's simultaneously very easy and very difficult. It's very luck-based. And it's just the safest method of beating this boss just winds up being a waiting game. But I shall explain once we're into the boss itself, once the ad finishes. I'll just jump around here. I don't know why, I thought those were like changing space or spots when they were flashing, but no, it's just because I'm moving around. Let's wait for that ad to finish. Oh yeah, this predates Mega Drive Sonic 2, as I said. There's no spin dash in this game. You may have noticed I haven't been spin dashing at all. I've just been spinning. Right, let's go into the boss now the ad's done. So, flashing lights. When that lightning flashes in the room, don't be in the room or else you die. Those things are very awkward to avoid. If it touches you, you die. I should have waited. So yeah, this boss is pretty much a waiting game. You can basically get a free hit in at the start. Enjoy 1p from your ad viewing. Well, thank you for the 1p. Not however much it's going to be. Alright. Safest method to this boss fight. Stay in the pipe. So you are completely invincible while in the pipe to any attack that he does. The safest method to beat this boss is stay in the pipe, wait for a lightning flash, and then if it's safe after that lightning flash, pop out the bottom pipe, hit him, and immediately retreat into the pipe. It's possible to come down from the top pipe and then hit him and then retreat back into the pipe, but I find popping out from the bottom pipe is the safest method. It's always best to wait for a lightning flash, just in, because if another attack finishes, you go out, it's safe from that attack, but then he suddenly brings out the lightning flash. So this method makes it relatively safe. It just takes a while. He also has an attack where he drops electric bolts on the floor that go along the floor. But again, you're completely safe while you're in this pipe. Just wait for the flashing, pop out from the bottom, hope he doesn't blindside you with a random attack, but because I think those weird circle thingies do follow the same movement pattern every time. It's just they move very erratically, so it's hard to dodge them, short of just being in the pipe. Now on the Master System version, it doesn't do this annoying scrolling up and down thing when you're going through the pipe, because the resolution's high enough to just show both pipes. So yeah, just becomes a waiting game. Also, this is the only boss fight in the game where you actually fight Eggman directly. Just waiting. Not really safe to go out now. Well, it might have been, but I don't want to risk it. I've got a good few hits on him by now, so I will wait. But no. Yes, you can see on the webcam the way... Oh, I should have gone. You can see on my webcam it just lighting up my face when it does the lightning flash. And I suppose it would look different on a Game Gear. Or on a, on a CRT TV. But, yeah. I can't remember. I think the 3DS Virtual Console and Sonic Origins versions might tone down the flashing. I'm not sure. Funnily enough, this isn't a Sonic game I go back to replay all the time. It's just occasional replays. And I never beat it until I got Sonic Origins Plus, so I was playing on Sonic Origins Plus the first time I ever decided to put enough time in to beat the game. Right, there we go. Final hit. Get into this last pipe and watch the ending of all time. So Eggman gets away in a teleporter. Kind of like at the end of the 8-bit Sonic 1. One final lightning flash. Nope, tell a lie, there's another one. That is the end of the lightning flashes though. I sincerely apologise to all involved. Right, unpin. And we rescue Tails, and all Sonic can do is just shrug his shoulders. That is Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. I managed to beat it without the recording curse hitting me. So if you know anything about this game, it's either the fact that it's one of the more difficult Sonic games, or the fact that you can interpret the bad ending as Tails dying. Short game. I mean, it is an 8-bit game from 1992. Also, I practiced yesterday. I did a practice run last night. So yeah, the bad ending, basically, is very similar to this. It plays a different music track, and you don't have Tails with you. And yeah, the popular interpretation is that Tails dies in that ending. I don't think it's ever been officially confirmed or denied whether that was the intent. Yeah. One of the other differences between this and the between this and the Master System version is the Master System version uses the same music for both endings. It uses the music that this one uses for the bad ending. Yes, I do kind of like the bad ending music a little bit more. And this is more fitting for a good ending, but I think I like the bad ending music a little bit more. You want a Sonic Multiverse game? When the only official Sonic media that's done multiverse stuff, I think, is like the Archie comics and Sonic Prime. So, and well, unless you count Sonic Rush, but could it be safe to say that both endings are bad? I mean, if you go by the music, I suppose. But I do like the bad ending music a little bit more, though. So yeah, in the bad ending, Sonic runs on his own with a sadder tune playing. And then he looks up in the sky and he sees Tails in the sky. Just Tails. So the common interpretation is he died. How, again, whether that's the intended interpretation, they've never officially said yes or no. But in a good ending, you see both of them in the stars, so... But, for whatever reason, the game has to play the game over screen at the end. For whatever reason. Because, just to make you feel really good for beating the game. But yeah, that's 8-Bit Sonic 2. Since we've got some time left before I usually finish stream, I do want to show... Let's scroll with the mouse. Just very quickly show off the first level or two of the Master System version. Just to show how much... No, Joe, not Clan Blitz. For one thing, Switch isn't set up. Yeah, I'll just show one or two levels from the Master System version, just to show just how much of a difference the extra screen space is. Look how much more you can see around you here. You can actually see things. Now, I made the first boss look relatively easy, playing the Game Gear version. I managed to do it first try. Oops. But it's going to be even easier here. You can actually see what you're doing in this version. And America and Japan wouldn't get to see this version officially until the Wii Virtual Console. And they wouldn't get to see it again at all after then. But yeah, you can actually see what you're doing here. That's a horrible noise. So yeah, you still have to do the slightly awkwardly precise jumps to get the Chaos Emerald here, where you have to, jump on the mine carts sort of at the right time to make it across. And you can't possibly know to do that unless you just, you just know. But again, you can see what you're doing. Now, Sonic 1 on the Game Gear adapted the visuals and level design to fit the Game Gear smaller screen resolution better, and I feel like it was a better conversion for it. Sonic 2 just didn't care. Well, not didn't care, but they didn't like... They just didn't think about it. Like, it feels like they didn't really realise the ramifications of not being able to see as far around you. Game Gear for Switch Online when? Doubt it. They don't re-release Game Gear games very often. It's usually only the Sonic games. Also, Master System version has different music entirely for the boss fights. Look how much easier this is. You get so much more space. I think the slope might be less steep, maybe. And the balls all fall at this slow, steady bounce. No randomized bounce heights and speed. They just fall steadily. You can jump over it easily. It's almost like it's the first boss, or something. So much easier. Now, I'm not going to replay the whole game. I don't really want to replay the whole game again. Yeah, the Game Gear games have been re-released recently in Sonic Origins Plus. Yeah, they don't really tend to re-release Game Gear games much outside of Sonic, apart from on the 3DS Virtual Console. So you know the spike pit? Well, okay, the spike pits I was complaining about you still can't really see if you've jumped. But yeah, you can at least see that there's a pit a little bit further up than before. I mean, I suppose they'd call the app. I don't know, actually. I mean, because I think the app at the moment is like called, Sega Mega Drive, like Nintendo Switch Online. But does that Easter egg still exist here? Yes, it does. Pointless Easter egg. But a neat one. I just want to show the Sky High Act 2 as well. Just to show the extra screen space just being very useful. I mean, you still got to do precise jumps that you wouldn't think to do, but you can at least see what you're doing with those jumps. Right. Actually staying on the top route makes this easier, instead of having to fight back up to the top route like I did last time. So, it's still a bit hard to see where you're going. But you can see what you're doing a bit better. How are you meant to tell which clouds are solid? Trial and error. Pretty much. I can get back to where I was. It's pretty much trial and error, telling which clouds are solid. I think the solid ones do have a bit more detail to... Yeah, they have a bit more detail to their to them. Like the sort of ones you fall through, they're a bit more blank. But no, it's mostly trial and error. Also, it's trial and error knowing that these little... I mean, I think all the little plus-shaped ones do bounce you, but again, this is a very trial and error-y game. Like, trial and error taught me how to do some of the things that I did today. Oops. Also, yeah, falling down to the lower route in Sky High Act 2 is just not recommended in general. Like, falling down to this lower route is just not fun. I think it might be possible At least in this version, maybe. I think it's meant to be possible to get the Chaos Emerald using the hang glider, but I've never actually tried it. I've only ever done the bouncing method. Like if the wind carries you up enough. Never mind. Well, not really. I'm just messing around now. Actually, I'm trying to think. Is there a level select code for Sonic 2 8-bit? Level select, hopefully the Sonic Retro page will come up. Yes. Sonic Retro, the best source for Sonic info. Zone select. Hold left 1 and 2 on... Okay, we'll go back to the Game Gear version. Okay, let me just remind myself. So 1 and 2 are those buttons. Right. Let's Sonic 2. So keep them held down. Press start and skip the intro. And I will wait for Tails to blink 3 times. Wait, did that? Nope. So, wait for... So when Tails blinks exactly for the 3rd time. Nope. I'm starting to think this might not. I'm trying to try and show off like the bad ending. See if I can skip straight to Scrambled Egg Act 3. There we go. When I modded my Wii U, how long did it take? I can't remember. I think part of the longevity might have been through waiting for it to do a backup of... Because I decided to do a full backup of the whole 32GB of the NAND. I hope this scrolls. There we go. But yeah, I can't remember exactly how long it took, to be honest. I did it in an afternoon, but I couldn't tell you how long exactly. Do I press start? No, button 2? Is that button? I don't know, that's button 1 or 2. It's C on my controller. Let's play it safe and do it at the weekend. Fair enough. Obviously, yeah, make sure you got an SD card. If you want to do a full backup of your NAND like I did, you'll want like a 64GB SD card. Obviously, and to install stuff, like, it's good to have a hard drive, like a USB hard drive, but then you need to like get a wire adapter. You want to get footage of a GameCube game before Switch 2 comes out? Ah. Fair enough. Is it Double Dash by any chance, given that you were playing Mario Kart? Super Mario Kart the other day. Right, so we're going to fight Mecha / Silver Sonic without having the Chaos Emeralds. Just to show off the bad ending. So yeah, the bounciness here is referencing Sonic Mania. Because you fight multiples of these things when you fight Metal Sonic and Stardust Speedway in Mania. So when I first played it in Mania, I was like, that's a really cool reference. So yeah. You don't get the Chaos Emerald if you don't have all the other 5 ones before this. And so the game ends here. And then you get the bad ending. Sonic runs on his own to sadder music. Like I say, I like this track a little bit more than the good ending theme, personally. But the Master System version plays this track regardless of ending. Also, actually, Ben, speaking of Wii U stuff, do you know the site with the guide on it? If not, I can show you where to find it. Because the proper guide site is the way to go. Because I think if you follow the full set of instructions as well as modding the Wii U, you'll also mod the Wii menu as well inside. So you would get all the benefits of a modded Wii as well as a Wii U. Yeah, I more just thought, like, just in case Google shows you to, like, a random video tutorial that's wrong or something. So yeah, Sonic runs into the night. Yeah, you don't get to see or rescue Tails. Thanks, Hitman. What? Thanks, Aspect. Aspect being the development team that made this game and most of the other 8-bit Sonic games. So yeah, Sonic stops, looks up into the sky, and yeah, you see Tails in the sky, in the stars. Again, popular interpretation is that Tails dies in this ending. Again, never confirmed or denied by Sega. It's made even more sort of thingy by the fact that it then does game over. But it does game over regardless of ending. Just replying to a message, because apparently I'm addicted to my phone. There's that one ROM hack in which you see Sans in the sky at the end of Tails. I've not seen that one. I've seen some others. I've seen a couple of Sonic 2 hacks. In fact, actually, I go back over to. I go over to my site. Where is it? Playing games. See the state is. Do I have it in this? Yeah, I played this last year at when I did my Sage stream. I think I played this anyway. I remember being impressed. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did play this. Oh, it's got Spin Dash. Nice. Sonic fans just like crazy good at this stuff. Like, this is running on the Master System, which is basically a descendant of 1983 SG-1000 hardware. Oh, they re-implemented checkpoints, didn't they? It's completely ancillary, extra. ancillary content. I just remembered I had this on here. I think this is just like an early demo though, if I remember correctly. Oh, I love that animation when he's like falling from the spring. Or just falling from a platform, I suppose. Oh, that's great. Yeah, let's just fill the time. Let's play this. Why not? Oh, mid-level palette changes as well. That's cool. I'm probably just repeating stuff I said last year, but... And this is impressive looking for Master System. Oh, I get to play as Tails. Is there meant to be music here? Probably not. That's the end of the demo. Sure I read that before. I don't know, if I play as Tails, does it give me a different level, or is it the same level but I play as Tails? Oh no, I'm just not allowed to play as Tails. Okay, fair enough. I think this is also a Sonic 2 hack, this Silver Sonic one that's just crashed my emulator. Well, I don't really have anything else on that front. So I'm just going to head over to chat screen, because why not? Let's wait out the ad. So yeah, that is Sonic 2. I think I've pretty comprehensively shown off that game. So that's another one to check off the list for streaming Sonic games on this channel. That's 2 of the 8-bit games I've done now, 2 out of 5 of the 8-bit platformers. Although I did do Triple Trouble's remake, like fan remake. I've not played the original all the way through. I would need to practice that one more. Well, not that I've ever beaten that anyway. And, well, Sonic Blast is not very good. And Sonic Chaos, again, I would need to practice that one. I need to... Mind you, getting all the Chaos Emeralds now doesn't do anything, really. It just slightly changes the ending. But it's also about the only way you get depth out of Sonic Chaos. Yeah, and Sonic Blast is rubbish, so... That would be kind of like a last resort. If I really have nothing else to stream, I'll play Sonic Blast, I guess. I'd probably use save states for that one though, because I don't care enough to practice enough to be good at that one. To do it in one go. But yeah, so we're probably going to call it shorter on this stream, because I've really run out of stuff. I mean, I knew the game was short anyway, because, you know, it's a short game, it's an 8-bit game. 8-bit games don't tend to be very long, especially not Sonic games. But I thought I'll have a full 2-hour stream, well, a sort of up to 2-hour stream anyway, just because, just in case, like, say I had game over at one point and I had to restart. So yeah. So, I think Ben has made an announcement on our shared community Discord about his anniversary plans. So, I also started streaming around the same, well, started my current lot of streaming around the same time. So, in just under 4 weeks, on the 11th of May, I shall be doing something as well to note the anniversary. Made a little visual, because apparently I can't not do stuff like this. So, the 11th of May, I will be doing a stream to basically, I'm kind of envisioning it as like a nostalgic look back. Basically, it's just going to be me chatting about stuff. Just chatting about streams the past 5 years and more of content creating, just as, you know, as a hobby and all that. Yeah, this is based off the Sonic Mega Collection title screen. Yeah, little pictures of old streams. Let's bring the chat BGM back. Let's miniaturize this a little bit so I can still see chat and we can see me. Why you'd want to see my face, I don't know, but hey. Also, that logo, it's, well, kind of hastily made logo, but that's, I thought, I want a logo. No prizes for guessing what that logo is based on. But yes, the 11th of May, so it's a Sunday in the evening as usual. Yeah, I'll be doing a little nostalgic look back, similar to what I did on the first anniversary of streaming. So I mean, I started this current run streams in 2020 with people like Ben98 in the chat. Joe Banjo was also streaming around that time. Yeah, it's genuinely Ben98's 5th anniversary, but I have done streams before, I've done content creating before. That's why it's 5th anniversary in air quotes. Grenade and Space Memory 2. Yes, Grenade, who's briefly popped in the chat, and Space Memory, who is not here at the moment, but she is also part of our larger community. Yes. So, technically, my first stream of this current run was on the 12th of May, but the 11th of May falls on one of my usual stream spots. So yeah, basically, it's just going to be a chatting stream. I'm just going to basically have a look back over the last 5 years and more. I'm going to get out some old hardware, do a little bit of show and tell. I'm going to try fire up some of my old laptop. I'm going to do it beforehand so I know it works, obviously, but yeah, if I can, get out some old laptops, go back on a bit of a trip down memory lane for me, certainly. Just exploring stuff. Yeah, I thought my plans would be very different to yours. Yeah, it's not a gaming stream. It's very much a just chat, not discuss, but just me talking about what, you know, how the streams have, and content in general, what I've been doing over the past however long I've been making videos for the internet. It's been more than 10 years since I've started attempting to make online video based on gaming. So I want to take a look back. We might do some partial watch-alongs of really old videos that I'm kind of embarrassed about, but I still keep around because I'm sentimental like that. It's not a gaming stream, you're going to use it to launch your OnlyFans. Okay, fair enough. But that 11th of May is not the only thing I'm doing for the anniversary. There are going to be some streams after that. I'm not going to say just yet what they are, but do stay tuned. I will be announcing what they are on the anniversary stream. Yeah, they're going to continue the anniversary stuff. I will say they're going to be the next couple of days after the anniversary, is a Monday and a Tuesday, and then also continuing on into some of my other regular stream spots after that as well. So again, I wouldn't say it's anything massive, but it is something I just planned out and thought about. But that is going to happen on those days. So 11th, 12th, 13th of May, a little 3-day sort of sprint, and then that's going to spill over into at least the next Sunday after that, which would be the 18th. And probably onto the 20th of May as well. We will see. I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to go. And possibly, this isn't set in stone, but possibly, if we don't have any sort of collaboration stuff planned, I don't think we do, Sonic Rumble is having its global release date, unless they change it, on the 8th of May. which is the day before Ben98. I'm trying to point at chat, it's hard when it's mirrored. He's having his big anniversary stream on the 9th of May, if I am remembering correctly. So I thought I might do a little first impression stream on Sonic Rumble if I can. And that can be like a little pre-show in a way almost. It's like, we got the anniversary weekend for us. I'll do a little first impression stream. That can be a little pre-show prelude to the excitement over the weekend. I'm certainly looking forward to what he's cooking up. I'm slightly sad I might not be able to catch all of his anniversary stream, but what that is what it is, because I'm usually busy Friday evenings. So yeah, that is anniversary stuff announced, finally. So yeah. Like I said, nothing huge, but jobs suck. It's not work that I have a thing. It's not that I'm working in the evening, it's just I'm busy with other stuff in the evening. Unless you're streaming in the morning or afternoon. Anyways, I believe that is all. I don't have anything else to add. Yeah. So I say this is inspired by Mega Collection. The background is a colour tweaked version of Mega Collection's back the title screen. I just took the sprite, and like film strip stuff as well is from Sonic Mega Collection. Obviously, the little scroll of stuff is screenshots from streams I've done in the past. I was very hastily making this graphic on Saturday evening, because in case I wanted to do this announcement on Sunday. But yeah, I'm gonna say that is all, so we'll head on over to the ending screen, because why not? So, as always, thank you for watching, whether you've been here the whole stream, part of the stream, chatted alert. It is always very appreciated. And yes, so, most likely no stream this Sunday. I'm going to probably have the evening off because it's Easter. Because Easter plans, I'm probably going to be up very early in the morning on Easter Sunday, so yeah, I might be a bit asleep by the time I would normally stream, so I'll probably have the evening off. As for next Tuesday, we're still in the pre-anniversary, I don't know what I'm streaming sort of thing, so something will happen next Tuesday. I'll figure it out in the week. So yeah. Yeah, I think that will do it for today. More X. Maybe. Who knows? I will figure something out. But yeah. So thanks again for watching, and have a good rest of your evening, and I do hope to see people for the anniversary stuff I've just announced.